see myself. I don't see anybody. Okay, good. Well, let's start with just standing up if you were sitting and waiting for me. And moving from one leg into the other. Probably, I don't know if this is your first class, but you walk from one leg to the other. You don't try to do too much. Falling, kind of letting your weight fall through your leg, through your foot, into the floor, and then even a bit under the floor. Yeah. Going from one leg to the other. You don't have to do it too fast. Taking your time. This feeling of plenty of time. It's not like you have to download Zoom on a different something or just all the time in the world. People will wait. And kind of having this feeling of maybe having rain fall from above and kind of going past your body and also to the floor. And it's a nice kind of rain. It's like the rain you've been waiting for. And it's taking all the stuff that is maybe residue from tonight or stuff you don't need anymore. Dust, dirt, heaviness. It's kind of like raining down into the floor where it becomes nutrition again for stuff that is boiling under the floor. And it can be different kinds of drops that are coming all over your body. So it can be this like really fine rain, maybe a warm rain, like a mousson kind of rain, big drops. Going over the front of your body, over the back of your body, whilst continuing to walk and drop from one side to the other. And you can stay looking at me, but you can also move around. There's no front. Maybe sometimes there's a bit of wind and the rain is coming from different places. So not only from up, but also from the sides. But let's keep it kind and inviting, like it's a friend, this rain. Dropping from your fingers. Dropping from your nose. Sliding past your scapula, your shoulder blades, over your back. Following the curves of your body. And seeing how this rain that is coming from, well, above mainly, but maybe also a bit from other sides, how it's not only going over your skin, but it also kind of goes a little bit inside. Like your body is becoming a vessel, and this rain can also kind of gently touch and clean the inside of your body. So it's going past your face, inside of your arm. Chew. And perhaps it's dropping down, but perhaps there's also some plants a little bit around that you want to water, so you can kind of spread also your hands, or making a very fertile little, how do you say this, garden around you. Cleaning, dropping. You can use your voice if there's something to need to speak out. You can breathe.
Yeah, the phone. She's turn off her phone. Do you want to do the video? Look at Belly. We're just moving. We're just moving our legs.
Hello, new person. Nice to be there with you in the room too. Yeah. And see how the stream of rain can also change speed. Really becoming a vessel, kind of like, having these water drops, bigger, smaller, maybe sometimes a bit icy, or warmer, filling your body, but also really going through it, cleansing. And it's this ever-going stream, so it's kind of like this waterfall that never goes dry. So it's not like you have to look for it. You can trust it, it can go on. And perhaps there's places in your body that need a little bit more attention, or that need a little bit more of this water to flush through, so you can invite it to those places. Perhaps there is a little bit of a clog in the knee, so see how you can use the water to kind of clean it through. Or maybe in your neck. And see how, just as with a waterfall, the water is going down, but perhaps there's also some of the water that kind of splashes back up again, and maybe it kind of comes as water drops, or maybe as mist. It kind of comes back through your body and it goes out the other side. So there's these different directions in your body with water, perhaps with some mist, some different sensations. It can be warm, it can be cold. It's nice if it's comfortable. It's early. Why not make it a comfortable start? Chill. And with this water falling, maybe now see if you can bring your body kind of with the waterfall down. So in different pieces, to see it's a slow waterfall. It doesn't need to be like a crash. Bringing different body parts and seeing how you can find the floor. I need to see if you can all see me if I'm on the floor. Chew. And we find ourselves on the floor, and maybe first lay down fully on the floor. Yeah. Find a nice position, maybe cradling on your side or on your back. Taking some time to breathe, to nest in this like fertile space that you've created for yourself. Dropping down, maybe dropping down even another layer. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. Maybe you can give yourself a big yawn or like a big stretch. All of the things that you haven't stretched yet. Coming out of bed. And then you roll to your side and you find yourself on your head. You find yourself sitting on your sitting bones or on your bum with your legs spread in front, your knees to the ceiling, and your arms to the back with your fingers pointing away from you. And maybe can someone give me a thumbs up if you can see me, because I cannot see myself. Just to see if it's good or not. Yes, perfect. That's great. So sitting here, just kind of see if you can find the same kind of feeling of dropping into the body. And kind of leaning maybe a bit from one side to the other side. Maybe leaning a little bit more on your hands. Or more to the front on your feet. Can you lean on your feet in this position? And you can imagine to have like this big, well, you don't have to imagine, you have this big pelvis. And you can imagine it to be kind of like this bowl of water or anything else that you like to have as a fluid in this pelvis area. And you can see with this leaning, without necessarily doing a lot, just continue a little bit with the leaning and see what it does to the water in your pelvis or this fluid. How does it react? What happens if you lean a little bit more on your hands? And what is the effect of this leaning a little bit more back or pushing a bit from your feet? So discovering a bit, moving, changing from leaning from your hands, from your feet, having this bowl of water kind of going forward and backwards. Forwards through your legs, and spinning over and going back. Without effort, without needing to do a lot, just see where it goes, where it gets you. And you can see if you can maybe do it in different stations. So you go a little bit, and then you go a little bit more even. And then you go back, a little bit more back. Finding the different stations for yourself. Front and back. And see who is leaning. And perhaps also who's inviting. Can you invite your pelvis back? Finding different rhythms. And see how this movement of the pelvis is also echoing in different parts of your body. So how are your shoulders doing? How is your chin following the movement? Yeah. And then take a moment to rest on your left side. Finding a nice place. Perhaps listening to what's still left as an echo of the movement you just did. Changing to the other side. Laying on your right side. Inviting a deep breath in and out. And finding yourself back with your knees to the ceiling and your hands and feet spread on the floor. And then now, instead of having this ball going to the front and to the back, we go to the side. So let's see if you first kind of find these leading points again, your sitting bones, and see how you can kind of lean towards the left side and see how you can invite your other sitting bone to kind of go on top of your left sitting bone. Doesn't need to be all the way, but just a little bit, and then going back. And then going to the right side, so leaning your right sitting bone into the floor and inviting your left sitting bone to go on top. Seeing if you can really kind of make an imprint into the floor, going down, which makes your other sitting bone go up. And play a bit with it, going from side to side. Perhaps creating this feeling of a big smile that you're creating from left to right in your sitting bones. Yeah. See how this water of the pelvis is moving in a different way now. Yeah. Perhaps you go a little bit up and down on one side, investigating, and then sliding to the other side, creating a bigger smile. And you can ask yourself, who is leaning? Who is perhaps thrusting also? Who is helping with the movement? Yeah. And now you can come back to the middle. So finding yourself on your two sitting bones or on the soft side of your bum. And kind of see if you can join these two, so the front and back, and also the smile to the side. See if you can kind of create a circle, inviting all of those directions to become a part of your investigation. You can think of it as first as a clock. So perhaps having the number, what's the number on top? So the number 12, and then you go to number 3, to number 6, and to number 9. To really see if you have this ball that is going round and round and spinning more water every time. Perhaps you can also see that you have like you have like a light in your belly, and it's kind of shining around like a bit of in Dutch it's called vuurtoren, which would be translated like fire tower, but I think in English it's lighthouse. Phew. Leaning on your sitting bones. Making this circle, creating this circle, and shining your light more and more out. Phew. And this time we do it clockwise, but you can also do it counterclockwise. So you go from 12 to 9 to 6 to 3 to 12. I haven't looked on the clock a lot these last few weeks, so well, takes me some time to remember. And also see how the rest of your body is kind of invited or taken along with these circles. So circling to one side, to the other side, shining light where it needs to be shined, shown. Well, you get it? And if you had a certain speed with this investigation, kind of see if you can switch the speed. Perhaps you double the speed with which you had that you had. You can go from left to right, clockwise, counterclockwise. Sure. And take a moment to rest again. You can go on your left side. Sure. Taking a deep breath. Changing to the other side. And coming back to the same sitting position. And it's possible that perhaps it's not super comfortable for your arms or your elbows. And see if you can find a way to allow the movement to stream through so that you have the leaning points from your feet, from your hands, creating circles, kind of going back to what we just did, but taking it a little bit more free. See if you can bring in different colors. Perhaps instead of a circle, you can create eights. And now we're really busy with this like circle of the pelvis. Wow, splurting out, spinning over. But also see what these other circles in your body, how they respond to this. So you have the circle in your pelvis, but then how is the circle in your scapula and your ribs doing? Is it following along? Is it doing opposites? And if it's doing one, can you try the other? So if it's following along, can you try and do the opposite? Oof, difficult. And how is your head doing? Wow. Is it following along? Is it being shaken? And let's see if we can take it a little bit faster. So whatever speed you have, let's double it. Let's go a little bit over the normal. Having these different circles. Circle in your pelvis. Your shoulders. Inviting movement, sending movement. Perhaps you need to let out some sounds. Perhaps they're pretty sounds, perhaps they're not pretty. They're all welcome. Taking it for another 10 seconds, going crazy, spilling over, sending, pushing. I'm not sure if I should have counted down, but let's count down from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And giving yourself some space again to lay down, to kind of let it all go. And find yourself on your back. Or any other position that is very comfortable. And listening to the echo, to the aliveness in your body. And perhaps this aliveness in your body, you can exaggerate it a bit. So instead of only listening to it, you can kind of give it space to move also a bit. So to wiggle. To move. Using your hands and your heels to find different ways of moving. See if you can move your shoulder with your heel perhaps. Or your nose with your pinky. Yeah. The sensation that you're moving, but also the floor underneath you is moving a little bit. So there's all these different movements. Kind of like you're laying in this boiling water, but we can handle the boiling water. It's not burning. Smells nice also. And perhaps sometimes there's like bigger boils that come and they whoop, kind of they take along limbs or body parts. Maybe you find yourself on your side. Pushing yourself up. And seeing how using these boils and this movement in yourself to kind of find yourself standing and finding the way, the most easy, the most convenient to stand up. So without a lot of effort. Sure. And when you're standing, this movement continues. Coming in from all different sides. Maybe you can think back of the beginning of class and see how perhaps now you feel different. It would be nice if you feel better, but if you feel more frustrated, that's also an emotion. Yeah. And see if there is any movement that still needs to exit your body or that wants to exit your body. Yeah. And how movement exiting your body, it kind of bounces off in your space. So against the wall, against chairs, against the windows or lamps. And it kind of bounces back into your body also. And it kind of makes, it does something. So it's not only you making the movement, but it's also coming back at you from all the different places that you send the movement to. So perhaps your shoulder is sending something, or your hip is sending something, and it comes back through the wall, past the wall and the lamp, and it all of a sudden hits your face. Friendly, coming back at you, going through you. Perhaps also going past the screen, going into the screen, touching other people, bouncing back at you. Shoo. Making it a big celebration. Going through, going out. Going over, using your hands, your elbows, your shoulders, perhaps your knees, your feet, your back. Everywhere it's sending movement and inviting movement and allowing. Shoo. Yeah. And perhaps one more time, we double the double, we go like, shoo. We go all around, we shake each other. Shoo. Yeah. And then I wish you a beautiful day, and I hope you can stay a little bit with this like movement, going through, celebrating, and thank you for class.